Hi, it's me again. I just wanted to record this kind of tutorial just to show you how I devoice a vowel from a phoneme. Uh, Maybe like to try to simulate an English word like fantastic using a Japanese voice bank. And I'm gonna show you how to use it or how to do it in different synthesizers. And first I'm gonna open a project in Utau, and as you can see I have these lyrics like tsunagatte. This is a CVVC voice bank, but the same method applies to CV, CVVC, and VCV. So just follow me. First, you're gonna select your note, like for example this ts. You're gonna click Ctrl Y and the envelope tab is gonna show up. And as you can see, pointer 3 is this point right here. I'm gonna drag it up and down, and as you can see, the V3 value starts to change. And also, if I move from left to right, the P3 value is gonna change. So what I usually do is P3 set it as close as the black line over here, and B3 goes down to 0. If for some reason P4 has a value, P4 also goes to 0. Then you hit OK, and the envelope of the note is gonna change, of course. So if I play this part, it's gonna sound like tsunagatte. Tsunagatte! And yeah, so basically, you just select your note, open the envelope tab, P3 goes as close as the black line, and then the value of B3, I think it was? B3? Yeah, B3 goes to 0. And if P4 and, well, B4 has a value, just type it to 0, and there you go. So now, this is using Utau. Now I'm gonna open Vocaloid 4 for this example, and this is a new project. So I'm gonna do here this, and if I play it, I'm gonna be using Luca V2 for this example. Like the S sounds. So if you want to devoice this phoneme, you just go to dynamics, and using the ruler, you put your cursor or your player, I don't know what the blue line is called, to where the phoneme you're gonna devoice starts playing, and then using the dynamics parameter, you're just gonna drag it all the way down to 0. And if you play it, it's going to sound like this. Okay, but what happens if you have a following note? For example, I'm gonna do sukoshi. I'm gonna reset this. Sukoshi. And you wanna devoice, let's say this su. So you just position your, I'm gonna call it your player, right where the su starts, and you're gonna lower this to 0, and then depending on how you quantize your notes, you might wanna select a 64th of a note, and then just 1/64 before the following note starts playing, you're just gonna reset the dynamics parameter. And this also depends on the song's tempo, so it might sound kinda choppy, but if you do it with a higher tempo song, it might not sound choppy. So it depends really on the song and the VPM you're using. So let's see what this sounds like. Okay, that sounds good. Now I'm gonna just copy and paste this, and this point I'm gonna just cut it and paste it around here. So it's just as simple, and I'm gonna play it again. Okay, so moving on, I'm gonna use now V6, and I'm going to use an AI track. Why? Because the same thing with B4, B3, and B5, it's the same thing. You just need to lower the dynamics parameter. But here in V6 with an AI voice bank, it's kind of different, but not so different. I'm gonna show you how. Like for this example, I'm gonna use Gumi, and I'm going to do the same thing like des and skosh. So like, you know, now with V6 and AI voice bank is able to sing in Japanese, English, and now Chinese. But if you want to keep, like, I don't know, Gumi's accent, for example, let me just show you how I can do like a fantastic, for example, as well. I'm gonna do this again. Skoshi. And fa. There we go. If I just play this, it's gonna sound like this is Skoshi and fantastic.
です。少しファンタスティック。
But a good thing is if you edit the phonemes and you just delete the vowel here and here and also here. Let's just see how it sounds. At least for the des and skosh, I know it's gonna sound like decent or even good, but with the fantastic one, I don't know. So let's see.
です。少しファンタスティック。
There we go. It's as simple as that. But for example, in this skosh, I think the s or the s, it's a little short, so just using the timing tool. Yeah, the timing tool. I'm just gonna
こ
move the S a little bit. There we go.
D.
Yes, here. And okay, it's gonna be a little bit short. So let's listen to this.
少し
Okay, so what happens
Go.
if I do this?
少し
The K doesn't sound, so I think here it's pretty good.
少し
Yep. Let's hear the fantastic.
ファンタスティック。
I quite like it. So yeah, using an AI voice bank, it's like easier to devoice a phoneme. All I did was to edit the phonemes and delete the vowel, just like that. Now I'm gonna go to OpenUtau. Like basically with every synth, I'm gonna be using it the same thing, like using the envelope, but in every synth, the parameter, it's called something different. So yeah, I'm gonna use let's use a normal voice. This and it's already let's do the same thing. And there we go.
This
And in OpenUtau, it's dynamic. That's a new one. How do I change it? Velocity, attack, and decay, was it? Color. Let's see.
this
Huh. So, in the newer versions of OpenUtau, it seems the dynamic parameter has been added, and it does the same thing as Vocaloid. There was a way, if I recall correctly, to change the parameters, but I don't remember how. There was a parameter called decay that basically here in this part where the su is, like the end of it, like just dropped it just as in Utau, like the envelope part, but it's the same thing, and it seems now with dynamics, or that's what I think it's called. You can change it, and also the velocity and all of that. Oh, that's pretty neat. I haven't used OpenUtau in quite some time, so yeah, I was stuck in, I think, 1.1, I think? Well, 0.1.1, and now it's currently at 0.1.51. So yeah, it's been a while. But yeah, so now I'll be using SynthV. Let me just close all of this. And for this, it doesn't matter the voice. Let me use my, you know what? Let me use Xiao. And the same thing applies here. Let me see, 64. Let me do it here. Voice. Let's do Japanese. And let's do this. And here in SynthV, the parameter is called voice. Well, I'll be using two: voicing and then loudness. And let me show you the examples. Like this, it's going to sound desu.
desu
And if I devoice the su, just do, yep. I'm just making sure it's in voice. As you can see, the U has been silenced, but
desu
it sounds like the underscore 0 in Vocaloid, so I don't really like that. So instead of using the voicing parameter, I tend to use loudness. And with this, there's a thing to know. If you're using the normal, which is ×2, and you just drop this to 0, it might sound stale.
desu
But as you can hear, it sounds like very, very slow. So if you try to devoice like fully, a phoneme to the ×4 parameter, and as you can see, there's still some sound to it. So in ×4, you just drop all the way down, and now the vowel is devoiced,
des,
and that's it. I don't own Xiao or Voicona to experiment with those synths, but at least you know the basics in the other synths. And if you have any other questions, or do you have any other tips, you can comment them, and maybe I'll do another video showing some things I might do while I'm tuning, or doing a USD, VSQ, VSQX, VPR, USDX, SVP, and all of that stuff. So I think that's it. And again, if you have some questions or any other tips, just comment below. Bye!